And I'm like, okay, dude. Like, then I'm obviously now I'm fucking scared. Now I'm fucking really scared. And he was like, "Are you like?" And hi everyone. Okay, so as you can tell, it's gonna be a stressful video. My drink is in the shot. Okay, all right. This video is sponsored by Mitsubishi Electric. Just kidding, just kidding. That's my brother-in-law's company. Oh my god, help me. Okay, so I promised you guys can probably hear the AC, which probably sounds really annoying. So let me turn it off. So welcome to my new apartment. You will get an small apartment tour, closet tour sometime soon. Everything's still kind of like in boxes and shambles, and that's usually how I live. So if you don't like to see like toys everywhere and like a million sweaters placed around all over the house, and we just moved, so there's a whole bunch of other crap that I have no idea what to do with. So after that is all gone, I can definitely show you. And after, oh my god, I've been getting burns and bruises everywhere. Okay, anyway, so I promised you guys a story time, and the only reason why I promised you guys a story time is because recently, the most crazy thing happened to me. And I'm going to have to inch up because I don't feel like I'm close to you guys. Be closer to me. No, I'm just kidding. So, in order to get into this story, I have to give you guys some backstory, because if I get into this story, you guys are going to be like, who, when? So, about 2 months ago, me and Micah were going through a lot of difficulties, to say the least. I basically kept, and if you will, sorry, the baby was underneath my desk. I wanted to make sure he wasn't, he likes to turn the TV on and off, so no turning the TV on and off, you little bum. He's literally laughing at me right now. So, me and Micah went through a really, really bad, rough patch, and I basically told him that, like, if he didn't get his shit together, that I wouldn't stay with him. But I remember to be as years, I would complain and I would, say, I don't feel like you love me anymore, I don't feel like you showed me any love, and I would just complain here and there, and then, I would just tell him stuff like how I felt and stuff like that, and then he would take the easy guy way out and say, oh, that's not true, or, he wouldn't consider my feelings. For a period of, what was it, like a month? Yeah, so an entire month. So the entire month that I haven't uploaded a video, I have gone through a lot. So let's just say that I basically got so fed up that I broke it off with him. I wanted to see what he would do, honestly. I broke it off with him, and I wanted to see what he would do, and I also felt like a really horrible woman, because besides the fact that I broke it off with him, yeah, I felt like a really fucking horrible woman. But I felt like I'd rather be happy with another man in a marriage rather than be unhappy, have to get a divorce with a guy who I thought like didn't love me at the time. I felt like, and I'm the type of person that only wants to get married once. Call me old-fashioned, but to me, I feel like marriage is like, I feel like people get divorced like so crazy. Anyway, I feel like it's not for me. So I felt like I didn't want to like raise my son in a household of two parents that didn't love each other. That's what I was mostly scared of. And Caleb is literally running around right now. So he's literally like putting some light on this situation right now. You want to say hi? Hi, say hello. He's so big. Look how big you are. Show how big you are. You only got diapers on. Usually he only has a diaper on. He wants to see everything on this table. He's like, there's the remote, there's your lighter, there's a drink. Why are you looking at me? Don't play with my grinder. No, put that down. Please, you make me look like a horrible mom. Get down. I love you. Okay, so, what was I saying? Oh, you hit your head. Be careful, honey. Here, do you want to set up some toys? Was I saying that, like, I was basically complaining to him that, so I broke it off with him, and like a week later, I went on Tinder, and I was like, I felt like a horrible, that's where I left off. Okay, so I was saying that I felt like a horrible woman because, first of all, He just dumped out all of his friggin' blocks onto the floor. I have to show you. Kayla is so funny. All of the blocks all over the floor. Why do you have all green ones next to you? That is really strange. Anyway. The other reason why I felt like a horrible woman is because I wasn't getting any love. And I wasn't getting any attention. And I wasn't being told, like, how much, like, I was being appreciated, you know? And that's extremely important. So, guys, if you're watching this, go tell your girlfriends that you fucking love them. Doesn't matter. Just literally just give them a hug. And go tell them that you love them. Trust me. It means the absolute world. Oh, I need a drink. I also felt like a horrible woman because I wasn't getting any love. So I realized, I was like, I'm either crazy that I'm such a crazy person that, like, he doesn't want to love me, or there are guys out there that would love me for who I am, you know what I'm saying, and, like, how I think. I thought for how I was thinking, or how I normally am, I thought he couldn't, like, handle it in some way, which is not the truth. Now I have found out that he really loves me for who I am, and he really wants to marry me, and he has told me this, he has reiterated this, so we are definitely trying to work it out. Okay, now with that being said, we get into the real story time. Are you guys ready for this? Oh, dear Lord. If you have a drink, please drink it now. Seriously. Fuck, I need another one. Okay, so for safety purposes, I'm not going to say this guy's name, but I will say that if you are female in Boston on Tinder, hi, silly, watch out for wherever the hell you, I mean, anyone, just watch out who the hell you're talking to. Talk to them for more than, like, a couple of days, because I noticed that a lot of guys on there, they'll literally only want to talk to you for literally, like, that day. Like, they literally just want, like, a hookup, like, that night. It's pretty fucking crazy. Like, a lot of the people that I would talk to just have a normal conversation with, days would go by and they just wouldn't contact me back. And that obviously speaks volumes, you know what I'm saying? And it's weird because we would have great conversations, but then, like, they would just go days without talking. So you really never know what someone's intentions are until you fully, like, give them time. Okay, so I'm just gonna say okay, so a million times. Sorry. Okay, so saying that, you know, for everyone, not just for, you know, single ladies in Boston, anytime you are on Tinder, fill someone out. Don't just friggin' go out with them that night, trust me. And if you're gonna go out with someone that night, don't go out in public. I mean, if you really think you're vibing with someone, I mean, they can be patient enough to meet you another day. But if you feel like you really, really want to hang out with them that night, then go out and get like one drink in public and then just, like, leave. Because seriously, it's not worth your safety at all. So, saying that, now I'm going to get into the story. Okay, so before I even met this dude, I had a bad taste in my mouth because, if you will, I had a super like that I really, really wanted to use, and I hadn't come across anyone. I'm literally using that voice because it's literally first world problems. Seriously though, I had a super like and I really, really wanted to use it. I haven't, like, super liked anyone, so I was like, let me give it to, like, the next guy that I even think is, like, mediocre or whatever. So I came across the troublemaker, this dude, right? And I'm, like, going through his pictures and I'm like, okay, this guy's okay. And I literally, like, went to go swipe right and I literally accidentally hit the super like, and I was like, great, this guy's gonna think that I think he's super hot, even though I kind of think he's cute. Like, I don't even think he's that cute. I was literally contemplating swiping left. Like, honestly, like, he wasn't anything special, and I hate to say that because, like, it's gonna seem like I'm a bitch, but honestly, like, I think it was his pictures. His pictures didn't do anything for him because, like, in person he looked relatively attractive. So, I mean, in the pictures I was like, that didn't do shit for you, honestly. So off the bat, he thought that I thought that he was like so cute. So he was like talking to me about like normal stuff. Like he wasn't going in hard whatsoever. He was just talking to me about normal stuff, like where are you from? Like he wasn't even like trying to like go there, which I appreciated, because usually on Tinder, the first thing that someone says to you is Netflix or chill more, you know, and I'm just like, oh gee, like, and that's like a PG version of what they ask. So then, and let me tell you, like, I hate to say this, but I'm also having very good conversations with a couple of other guys, and like I'm really not into this dude, and this dude is just asking me so many questions and like trying to get to know me, and I'm not trying to be like my shit don't stink. That was literally the circumstance. Like I really had this guy on a back burner. Like I honestly think my angels were telling me like not to like give this guy like a second go, or like even like a second chance, even though I swiped right on him or I gave him a super like. Like it was so weird because like I just got a really bad taste in my mouth almost like the entire time. The only thing that really kept him up like was when I finally gave him my phone number so we could like talk better. I hate when people say that. Can we talk so we can talk better? I'm like, oh god, whatever. He has my fucking phone number. So we started talking, and like I don't know, like the stuff he said was normal. The stuff that he was saying was very normal, and he was telling me just about like you know what he did for work and stuff like that, and he didn't get into like his actual job and stuff like that. But like he talked about this stuff briefly. So we have a conversation over the phone because I was really bored, and I was outside with I think I was with Caleb, and I was like on a walk or something like that, and I was really bored, and I didn't feel like texting, so I freaking called him and just wanted to have a normal conversation, and he was like, wow, that takes balls to call someone up like that, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, and I think like he thought that I liked him, like I thought that he was hot, so like maybe that's the reason why he thought it was ballsy. But like to me, it was like I'm calling a friend. Like I didn't even think I was calling like a hot guy. I was like, I'm just calling this dude that I'm having a good conversation with. You know what I'm saying? Then he asked me what I was doing after the baby goes to sleep, and I was like, nothing. Probably gonna go to sleep. And then he was like, would you like to get a drink? You know what? I would like to get a fucking drink. You know, I don't even know how long it's been since my boyfriend had asked me out to go get a drink, and I'm like, you know, and then I told him anytime someone asks me out for a drink, I do the typical, I don't have any money, my boyfriend is the sole, like, keeper and everything of our relationship, so I don't get to spend any money, I don't have a car, like, I tell them everything. I just tell them that I'm basically, like, I basically have to get taken care of. That's basically what I was trying to say. So, and I hate that. I hate that I have to be that girl to be taken care of. I hate the person that has to be Ubered. I hate the person that has to be friggin' get their drinks taken care of and their food and, like, you know, get them home in time. Like, I really hate that. That's the reason why I exclude. No, I don't exclude it. That's the reason why I tell people, or guys, you know, what my situation is. I'm just very upfront with them, you know. So, what was I don't even know. Oh god, take a drink. Jesus Christ. Okay, so at this point, I had already had a very good conversation with this guy. I had already told him my entire situation. He knows that I just broke up with my boyfriend. He knows that I'm a stay-at-home mom, everything. He knows everything about me, right? And now he knows that I don't make any money. Now he knows I don't have a car, and he still wants to take me out for a drink, which is extremely nice, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to go to a bar, I'm just going to have fun, and I'm just going to go home. Like, whatever. Like, I don't even like this guy. I'm not even going to pursue it. Like, whatever. I'm just going to go out. I'm just going to have a good time. And I hate to say that because I'm not that person to, like, just go out and use someone for a drink. But at that time, I was so fucking stressed out, and I really didn't like to be around, you know, my current boyfriend, because he was really driving me crazy, and like I didn't feel loved, and I just didn't want to be around him. And anyone who was like willing to like listen to my thoughts, I was like, okay, this is awesome, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep wanting to talk to someone like that, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I'm going through all these things. Caleb, no, come on. So then I put Caleb to sleep, and I was a horrible woman, and I lied to Micah, and I said I was going to go out to my friend's house for dinner. And I had went to my friend's house for dinner like a couple days before that. Like, I had met someone on Tinder just for friends, and he had invited me over for dinner one night, and we had like a good night, and we had some drinks, and we hung out. And so I wasn't like lying about it the first time. I was lying about it the second time when I was going out actually on a date. You know what I'm saying? So I lied to Mike. I told him I was going to a friend's house, and I was blatantly going out on a date. And so I get to the bar, right? And for the most part, we're having a pretty good conversation. Yeah, definitely at the beginning, we're having a good conversation. But, like, it's so weird because, like, at some point, like, he starts to, like, show that he's, like, a little, like, loose. Like, in some, you know, not so stable ways. So then, like, small things would happen. Like, the waitress wasn't really attentive, so he was, like, extra, like, you know, like, hurry up kind of thing about that. And then there were some guys behind me, and he was like, oh, stop talking, these guys are listening to you. And I'm like, I feel like saying I don't give a shit if they're listening to me. But it was just really weird. It was just really weird. And then, like, later on, I realized, like, he was like, I really like your eyes. And I was like, what color are your eyes? And I, like, looked at them, and I didn't realize, after the whole date, after the whole thing, that his eyes were so dilated. And you'll know for a very specific reason why very shortly. But I didn't even realize this, but like some people just have very dilated eyes. Like, I had a best friend in high school, and she had like extremely dilated eyes, but that was just how her eyes look, you know what I'm saying? So I never like judge anyone who has like eyes that look like that, you know what I'm saying? So we're having a good conversation, we have a couple drinks, and then he says to me, he was like, what did he say? He was like, let's go to another bar. So we go to another bar, and he literally sucks down, like, I don't even know, like 3 drinks maybe in the course of like 2 bars. And I think I had maybe, did I have 3 drinks too? But like, he wasn't, I was talking the entire time and drinking, and he was like listening the entire time and then sucking down his drink like the last possible second, which I thought was kind of weird. I'm like, you're at a bar to have a drink, you know, to have fun. Right? He, like, something happened. I don't know what happened. I was like, oh, so he made me laugh, right? I didn't realize that I had not gone to the bathroom, like, this entire time. And maybe I was having a good time. Maybe it's because the first bar we were at didn't really have a bathroom. It was like an outdoor bar. And the second bar we went to, they were, like, closing. So I didn't really think of it. But he made me laugh and, like, made me, like, pee, literally, like, pee my pants. And he was like, oh, do you want to come back to my place? You can shower. It's really close to here. He's like, I'll leave you completely alone. And then he's like, you can do whatever you want. And if you want to, we can hang out afterwards. I have wine. I have everything at my house. And I was very, very hesitant to leave with this guy. Very, very hesitant. But I realized that I was literally soaking wet. And I could have, he said it was close by, and I was like, okay, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then he said he would leave me completely alone, so I was like, maybe he actually might leave me completely, like, I'm going to be in the shower, like, of course he's probably going to leave me completely alone. So, we get to his house, I take a shower, and then, like, he pops his head in and sees how I'm doing, and I'm okay, and whatever, like that, and then, like, I think, I don't even know what triggered this conversation. I have no idea. I think, what were we talking about? I don't know. We were talking about something. I don't know. We were talking about work, maybe? He basically told me, like, his whole work situation, and I'm not going to tell you guys because that's his personal business. I don't want to, like, tell anything about his life at all. Like, I'm going to tell you a couple things that he told me, but, like, not, like, about his work situation. That's just personal information. So, then, out of nowhere, he was like, do you want anything? And I don't know if you guys know this, but, I mean, Caleb grabbed it earlier, but I like to smoke weed, okay? I don't vouch for it. I don't tell people that they should smoke weed. I don't think anyone should smoke weed. No, just don't do it unless you really, really, really are old enough to make that decision. So, he was trying to be nice to me and offer some weed. And since it was the first night that he had met me, he also offered me some coke. And I was like, no thank you. And then he was like, okay, and he literally like ran into the next room where there was already a plate of it and $100 bill rolled up, and he took a line so quickly I could not even like stop him. It was really, really, really weird, because I was like, I told him, I said, that is not necessary. And then he was like, come on, like, I'm pretty sure at some point he even said, like, you can do a line. And I was like, And then I got real serious with him, because when I drink, I get real depressive, like you're supposed to, because it's a depressant. So I got real depressive, like, the second he started doing drugs. And I looked at him and I said, okay. And I got real. Like, I get real on people, because if they can't fucking get real with me, then they can't fucking handle me. So I don't even give a shit who you are. I'm gonna get real with you. So he did that, and he got right up in my face, because I told him, I got real sad, and I told him not to do that. I was like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? And I got really sad, and I told him, I was like, listen, I come from a family with very addictive personalities. The worst I can do is smoke weed and drink. I'm not gonna do that shit. And he was like, okay. He didn't even push at it at all. Whatever. He was good with that. Then, out of nowhere, I was like, I don't even know where this came from. What was I telling him? Was I telling him that, like, he didn't have to do that stuff, and, you know, you don't have to have that stuff in your life? And I just kept saying very positive things to him. And he told me that his father used to threaten his life. He starts reiterating to me all of the nasty things that his father has told him all of his life. And I'm like, okay, dude, like, then I'm obviously, now I'm fucking scared. Now I'm fucking really scared. So then, I'm on the couch, I'm literally crying, because he won't stop reiterating to me, like, how his dad used to talk to him, like, how, like, messed up his family is and stuff like that. Like, I don't even know. How he only has a couple of friends that he can trust, and I'm like, oh, dear Lord, I'm literally thinking I'm gonna die. So, I'm sitting on his couch, my hands are literally over my face, I'm like, oh my god. And this dude decides, he was like, please leave. And I was like, what did you just say to me? And he's like, please leave. And I was like, I don't have anywhere to go. I was like, I literally have my ex-boyfriend's house to go to. Yeah, I can stay there, but I don't, like, have anywhere to get there. And I was like, I don't have any money. And he was like, are you, like, and I'm pretty sure in the middle of this, or before this, he was like, are you sure you don't want anything? And he goes into his closet, pulls out a full money slot thing that you get at the bank, I don't even know, like an envelope, and he starts pulling out cash, and I literally run into the next room, because I can't fucking handle him, you know, I can't handle what he's saying to me, because he's acting fucking crazy, acting like a fucking insane dude. And then he literally took $100 out of that sleeve and stuffed it into my purse. Said, leave. And then literally the second I heard the $100 go into my purse, I instantaneously felt like I was being paid off. And I was like, oh hell no. Like, I have way more pride than that. Like, so I literally took it right out of my purse and I said, fuck you, fuck your money. I'm pretty sure I said fuck your money. I was like, fuck your money. And I literally threw it away. And I was crying. I was literally crying. And he was like, he got literally in my face and he was like, get the fuck out of my house. I don't give a shit about you. And I was like, okay. And I literally did not give a shit about what I had. I made sure I had my phone and that was it. Like, I had my shoes on, great. If I didn't have shoes on, okay, I would have fucking left anyway. I'm pretty sure I had a sweater. I luckily had that sweater on me. I wouldn't have given a shit if it was, like, left somewhere. By that point, I was in the hallway, fucking crying. All of a sudden, I hear him, wait, Ellie, wait, you forgot something. And I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna fucking kill me. So then, I'm fucking scared. And then it basically sounds like he's running after me. So I'm in the elevator, I'm pressing the button for dear life, and I'm fucking scared. I'm like, please fucking close, please fucking close. The elevator closes, he doesn't catch up to me. I literally start walking down the street, like away from his apartment so he can't see where I am, because like he obviously has a fucking window. So then I fucking start walking all the way away, and like just walking, calling everyone, like calling Micah, calling like I think Micah was the only person I was trying to call because I didn't even know anyone else. I could have called my best friend. Shout out to you, Keeks. My best friend Kiki was like, if you are ever in fucking need, you know you should fucking call me. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So, thank you, my love. Anyway, so by this time it has downpoured, it has rained, and I am literally in a... Actually, now I'm in an outfit because I have changed out of my dress. So I actually had brought an extra outfit with me because I am that crazy psycho freak that thinks about, you know, the temperature dropping randomly late at night, but it was actually a sporadic night where, like, the weather had stayed really hot, like it stayed in, like, the 90s. And anytime... I'm a very skinny girl, so anytime I wear, like, anything small, I'm usually cold. So I brought an extra outfit with me, and thank God I brought an extra outfit with me because I actually ended up peeing my pants and then had to change into it. But I realized that if I didn't bring the outfit, then I probably wouldn't have went over that dude's house. God damn it. So, by this time, I'm really fucking lost. I'm really fucking lost. I see airplanes. I see airplanes. Like, airplanes. Where the fuck am I? I go on Google Maps. It literally looks like I'm on an island in Boston. For those of you who don't live in Boston, some very small parts of Boston have like tiny little islands where you have to go through like a bridge to get through. So in order for me to leave this place, I needed to go on the freeway. And I had $3 in my fucking pocket, and I had... like, it was raining, and I had nothing on me. So, and there's taxis all over the place. I should have friggin' taken the goddamn money. But I didn't feel right to take the goddamn money, because I'm not that type of fucking person. Even if I used, like, $20 for a cab, I wouldn't be able to use the other $80 on anything. Because I would be like, it would remind me of this friggin' psycho dude, fucking crazy dude money. So, in this time that I finally got, like, 2 miles away, 3 miles away... I don't even know how fucking... I think it was 3 miles away. This dude has called me like 10 times. And I'm like, this dude just wants to fucking yell at me. He just wants to fucking call me a cunt. Like, he wants to fucking just yell at me and call me all kinds of fucking names. Like, I'm not here for it. Like, I don't want to fucking hear it. So, finally I realized I'm not getting Micah on the phone. It's 4 in the morning. Like, I'm usually, like, passed out, like... I usually get up at like 6 or 7 in the morning. So for me to be up at 4 in the morning, I'm like, what the hell? So I call him back because I don't know what the fuck to do. And I'm crying. I'm literally crying. And he's like, Ellie, calm down. Stop crying. And then I'm like, you need to get me home. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I am at Logan Airport. And then he was like, what? And he was like, how the fuck did you get all the way over there? And I'm like, I'm a fast walker. And then he goes, okay, let me get you an Uber. The dude gets me an Uber to his house so he can explain things to me. I'm like, great. So we fucking get there, and he thanks the Uber driver. He fucking tips the Uber driver like he's trying to be a gentleman. Like it's a little late for that, dude. So then, the second I get out of the car, my face is plastered to the floor. Like, I am not looking at this dude. Like, my hair is like this. Like, I don't give a shit if he can't see me. I don't want him to fucking see me. The entire time we walk upstairs. Finally, we get into his apartment. He sits me down, and he goes, oh my god, I was freaking out after you left. I ran down the street, I tried to find you, I called you 14 times, I did a line of coke because I was freaking out, and I thought you were gonna die, I thought I killed you, and I'm like, if I fucking had a drink, that's what I would have fucking done, but literally I was just staring at the fucking floor. So, then he says, you know, I got on Xbox and I talked to my buddy and he told me not to worry about it, and I told him I was so freaked out, and then I did another line of coke and I was like, I'm done. And I felt like saying, you, you, you. That's literally what I felt like saying. Like, I didn't give a shit about what he was saying. All I wanted to do was go home, right? So then he was like, can we please go out on the balcony? I really want to smoke. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. And then he was like, no, please, let me explain myself. And I was like, oh, dear Lord, I'm gonna die. So we get on the balcony, and he's smoking his cigarette, and he's, like, explaining himself, and he's like, and he's trying to say sorry, and he's like, you don't understand, I don't give a shit about anybody, and I gave a shit about you. And I was like, literally, I'm going to tell you guys something about me that you guys don't know, but when I was 16 years old, I was sexually abused by a man that was 22 years old, and he was my boyfriend at the time, and he hit me, and he abused me, like, everything. Literally, and, like, he treated me like a dog, basically. I got a black eye, everything you could ever fucking imagine, right? This dude literally reminded me of this fucking prick. So literally, everything he was fucking saying, I was just, I wish I wasn't listening to him, honestly. Like, I really wish, like, and then after a while I realized no matter what I said to him, he didn't, like, reiterate. Like, he didn't, like, it went in one ear and out the other. So, like, then I realized, like, as long as I didn't say anything snappy, he'd be fine with any response. So then I started to, like, tune him out, because the shit he was saying was just absolutely left fucking field. I didn't, like, he was making basically excuses for his behavior, which there was no fucking excuse for his behavior. Except for the fucking coke. That's a fucking good excuse. An hour goes by, it's 5 in the morning, I'm fucking exhausted. I just keep telling this guy, like, every time he gives me a breath, I'm literally like, I'm so tired. My son's waking up in a few hours, like, can I please go home? And, like, finally he was like, let me get you an Uber. Dude fucking scared the hell out of me. Like, I thought he was gonna fucking kill me. And then he kept telling me, after, like, every half an hour increment, I was there at, like, what was it? I left at, like, 3:30. I was there at, like, what, 4, 4:30, and 5? Yeah, so 3 times. Every 30 minutes, he would say he was going to get me an Uber. And finally, at 5 o'clock, he finally got me a goddamn Uber. But then before that, right before that, we were like, he was talking to me, and he was like, when I told you to get out of my apartment, you should have smacked me. And then I said to him, I said, if I smacked you, I would be hanging from your closet from my organs. That's literally what I said to him. And he was like, no, it probably would have set me straight. By the way, this entire time he's, like, talking to me and telling me all this shit and explaining for his behavior, he's literally like, I understand if you don't want to talk to me. I literally didn't even say a word. I didn't fucking say a word. Okay, so I finally get home, and obviously Michael wants to know where I was. I told him that my friends got into a fight, and then I lost touch with the friend, and then I got lost, and then I told him that I finally got an Uber home. So, okay, so in conclusion, feel people out. Seriously, feel people out. Like, up until we were alone, like, I didn't think that this guy was fucking crazy. He had also told me that he did a line before he had met me. That's the reason why his eyes were so fucking dilated. And I friggin', being the gullible chick that I am, because I'm so honest, and then I expect people to be honest, but then, you know, I end up getting disappointed by everyone. But anyway, let's just say that I have learned my fucking lesson. Like, I grew up in Somerville and Lowell. And growing up in Lowell between 12 and 24 years old, like, let me tell you, like, you learn that, like, everyone is a fucking asshole out there. Like, they all just want to get it in, and they don't give a shit about your feelings. So just be patient, and the ones who really like you will stick around. Can I tell you, a couple of days after I had met this crazy ass dude, I stayed off of Tinder for like an entire day because I was fucking scared as shit. I was like, I don't want to fucking talk to anyone. And then finally I get back on to like a couple of messages, and then there's this one guy that literally wants to hang out, the same as this dude, like wants to go out for drinks. He's so fucking pushy, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I told him that I had an absolutely horrible date a couple days ago, and I'm not trying to fucking have another one, and I'm not trying to fucking just hang out with someone like 2 seconds after I meet them, you know what I'm saying? So like I told him that, and he said he respected that, or he said something like that. I don't know. I used direct quotes, but I have no idea if he actually direct quotes. I don't even know if that's exactly what he said. And literally, like later on that day, I was asking him a couple of questions. Like he was like, "Okay, what will it take? What will it take to get you to go out on a date with me?" I'm like, we have to talk for a little longer than a fucking day." And then he was like, "Okay, ask me some questions." And then I think I asked him one question twice. I like asked him where he lived, and he literally was like, "I already told you this. I live here." And then I kept asking him a couple questions, and then he was like, "I'm sick of this. Goodbye." And he literally just like stopped chatting with me. And then I unmatched him because he was an asshole. So he really, really, really wanted to hang out with me, but I really think he wanted to kill me. So, oh my god. So, lesson learned. I mean, before I would really have a hard time letting people in, and now I completely understand. Since I was with such a nice guy for 5 years who does not treat me like that, I did not know that men, most men, are fucking like that. Duh, where have you been? I'm really fucking lucky to have the guy that I'm with, and now that I see that, and now that he has, told me that he really wants to work on things, and he really wants to show me love, and he really wants to be there for me, and he really wants to listen to my feelings, then okay, deal. Like, I still love him. I just hated the way, like, I was kind of like being I was being transparent. Like, I wasn't there, or I wasn't feeling like I was there. Ow! All right. Okay, so moral of the story is you should honestly not go out with someone you meet after one fucking day. And you should ask someone how their childhood was. You should ask them how their relationship is with their parents. And if they seem a little weird about it, then just be aware, because there are some crazy fucking people out there. And now that I've said that, I hope you guys have a good day, and I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. And there's more to come. And I have to make sure that Caleb is not completely ruining the kitchen, which I'm pretty sure he is. So, bye guys. Thanks for listening. I love you. And yes, I'm okay. And yes, I understand. Don't come at me in the comments. I know. It was a bad idea. I know. Okay. I completely understand. I'm almost 30 years old. I'm very lucky to have the guy I'm with. Thank you. Bye. Moral of the story. Vent. Vent? What's that word? Vent? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Seriously, like. Caleb! Can I help you? Do you need a snack, Woodoo? Would you like something to eat? And I was like, you know what? I would like it. You know what? I was saying. Hi, crazy. Hi, crazy. What are you doing down there? You know you can't. Come on. No. You can't play underneath there, honey. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna bump your head. You can play with my sandals. Don't eat them.